Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call colors, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call colors, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of a program where we call Colors right on. We are on YouTube and on Facebook. And very sorry for the short break we've been getting. We don't come back for we can look at the different issues them where they come out of the different newspaper them for the day. And the first paper where we begin look at inside the program this morning, Africa 24, we say Ashraf Charity Foundation boosts Sierra Leone and you get employment wahala, more graduates, less job, EcoBank staff sent to prison. This is another story for you inside the African 24 for this morning. The next one, the Independent Observer, we say on 26th April, BO to launch the economic zone by ANALYSE IIP and the security sector on threatening social media posts and messages. This is another story for inside this edition of the Independent Observer. The next one at the AZ newspaper, we say under President BO, leadership maternal death reduced by 60%, and under UNDP capacitate SLMA with new search and rescue boat and grand launching of Peace Commission today. A manifesto promise. This is another story for you inside this edition of the AZ newspaper. The Gleaner on the next one, we say spiritual leader releases prophecies on Sierra Leone's presidential election, and you get a hectic soft journey in search of perfect wave in Sierra Leone. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Gleaner newspaper. The next one, now the open space. We say League of African Students extol Okel Commercial Bank MD Dr. Gilpin, and you as well get cancellation of Mamama Airport. President BO needs IMF World Bank advice. This is another story for inside this edition of the open space. The next one at the Success newspaper, we say SLP should upscale professionalism. August 10 report. And the Health Alliance engage health workers on COVID-19 finance. This is another story for you inside the Success newspaper. Standard Times newspaper says Jusu must go. Civil servants demand and cabinet deceived. Money choppers run SLRSA dry. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Standard Times. And Fatima Bio raises the bar. Bags international appointment. We go to the next people on the Africa. When at the Focus 24/7, we say alarm bell are ringing again. What is government doing? And dollar reaches 2,250,000. Will it clock 3 million by June? This is another story for inside Africa 24/7. Focus 24/7, sorry. And the next one now the Owl newspaper. Mrs. Samuel Kamara Cheri Kuko's wife interacts with APC Women's Congress. And Ramadan Sadaka promotion meets our weekly and grand winner. This another story for you inside this edition of the Owl newspaper. The Salon Times newspaper say out of $900 million worth of minerals exported, only $27 million goes to government as royalty. Parliament nullifies early voting for Hajj pilgrims. Government of Sierra Leone to launch national payment switch. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Salon Times. The next paper, now the New Age newspaper, we say Babati, Deputy Internal Affairs Minister, disregard President Bio's Special Investigation Committee. And Sierra Leone's government to launch national payment switch. Saidu Toure win APC parliamentary for 4-3-5 councillorship. The next paper on the Premier News will say Central Bank to launch national payment switch. Archbishop urged President Bill to strategize and change economic policies. Statistician General to represent Sierra Leone on UN Statistical Commission. This is another story for inside the Premier News. The next paper on the Heroes will say as poverty invades Sierra Leone, citizens cry over price control. Then the next paper, okay, and all of them papers so we get inside the program this morning. We take a break and then we get them inside for let we actually look at the different issues them we don't come out of the different paper. Then for now, we'll take a break. This is a program called Yes.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to the kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.
Alright, welcome back. You still the watch Colres right on we are on YouTube and on Facebook. And we as well don't get we guess them we can discuss the different issues them they inside we don't come out of the different front page of the different newspaper them for this morning. And of course, one of the people where we get inside the program this morning, na possibly no string na ya, na the woman we gets that powerful spoon for cook rest where they can say egg bako. Well, that spoon in a tea when a universal, it can do anything. It can cook rest, it can cook plasas, it can cook different things. And you use them for pool, so it depends how you want for use animal. Now that system deny they give you, and we as well we don't get them on the line now. We can discuss the issue them. Martha, good morning and welcome to the program, Colres.
Good morning, Sengbe. Yeah, good morning to all the viewers. Them, Mr. Juan for joining for saying we sorry for the break and the lateness. Mr. Now a contributing factor, but I believe beyond me because of lights and all of that. So one for apologize.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
And we as well get because of the challenge with the internet, we get this we other guest now the WhatsApp line. In name now Isaac Williams, managing editor Spectator newspaper. We don't join we inside the program this morning for let we discuss issues them we get for do with the paper them waiting on come out from the different paper them. Isaac, good morning and welcome to Colres.
Yeah, good morning viewers. Good morning across the world with the view we and happy for being on the program this morning.
Thank you. Isaac, since not the first time this follow you on the platform, I will ask you this first question, na traditional question we can ask. The program in him na Kores. And Kores basically, nothing than the way Salomon no can joke with. But I ask you, when na the last time when you eat Kores?
Wow, this is very interesting. Because let's start from the premise. The word Kores a tradition, interpretation. From childhood, all day, primary school, in the morning we pray and then they wash for, one the Kores for we follow it before we go to school. Then consider we forget one leones or 1 cent those days. And the Kores itself, it can give you more extra energy because we eat it in the morning. It give more extra energy. But if you overeat the Kores, it affects you. It will make you weak for the whole of the day. You're weak and tired. So now a very good thing because traditionally, Africa is really to be specific. If you go to the province, if you go to the village setting, they don't get routine and therefore do with bread or tea in the morning. This don't be part of the culture in the morning. Picking and go rush, put the pot na fire, warm the Kores. And now a very good, name we una give the platform, a traditional background. And if I go back to the question, I last eat Kores, I think 3 days back.
Okay.
Maybe soup Kores.
Okay.
Pamain soup Kores.
Oh my God. You make her see the Kores already. You been get cow?
Yeah. When I define parts, you don't talk so. Because me normally Kores, the part where I like man the Kores na the crowd.
Oh my God.
Because the rest way you don't do overnight, na morning, I don't pin on a fire, you don't warm, you don't heat. The crowd don't sit down.
And like, especially when I'm in soup so.
Yeah,
the crowd they bake for
exactly.
machine and the motor in the chama.
The flavor where you get from that crowd, you dey imagine like they just prepare fresh prepared. So like it really good and good for we Africans, Sierra Leonean to be specific. Nothing way will not divert we attention from. Because if you go to the province, some village and they don't know what's in a bread in the morning. They don't ever think about bread. Then they rush, beginning go rush in the morning, pull the pot na do.
So who's one exactly? Now you eat soup, but who's one are your favorite? Who's one way you want for give it this morning? Because we can allow you guests them for give it Kores in the morning. Because the discussion get forget the taste of what you like as Kores.
Okay.
So who's one you like? Best in as much as
now cassava leaf.
Oh my God, cassava leaf again. What's the problem? What's the problem? What's happen with cassava leaf? All man cassava. Well, I don't say all man. Most people like cassava leaf.
Normally, when make you look at the cassava leaf, if you don't like when you don't prepare the day, you sleep for the next day. It will get more quality, more sweet part of them. When you don't want that morning, when you eat the Kores, you get more appetite for it. The appetite they don't for it. Then
all right.
when you don't want in the morning, the taste and the scent you get, you get more appetite for it.
Okay, I beg you, no can give me more feeling, pap. You don't make plenty of with people when you watch that and then they swell up it.
They don't get feeling. Some man go don't go down in backyard pulling Kores for 1 man this morning.
I know. Okay. Okay, so now we go. Martha, you be the Isaac clearly.
Yes, I will get and clear.
Isaac yourself the Martha, right?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, great. So now we start the ball rolling. Let me go now into the different issues then. We don't come out of the different papers then this morning for let we discuss. So let's begin again from the very first paper. Basically see a lot of issues them. This one when Africa 24 say employment wahala, more graduates, less jobs. Yeah, a lot of people and they graduate every day. More job than less job. Okay, let's start with you, Isaac. What do you make up of this headline? Employment wahala, more graduates, less job.
Yeah, to start with, these have been the phenomenon in Sierra Leone. Even with bat, even before me bat, I can say because even with me my daddy gave back to me. I come, I get realize, I get sense. It don't become a struggle or tradition at this country. You know, if you look at the training after coming from university, the training center we have for build somebody for gain employment like youth empowerment or youth service commission or whatever. We lack them in this country. If you go to Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, also talk about Sub-Sahara, Senegal, they don't joke with this because this is not the manpower, not the powerhouses.
You get your first experience before you go to the field.
Exactly.
So now this will miss inside the country. Whereas you apply for job and go ask you say they need 3 years experience, you never
experience. It's 10-year experience, you know get that. But if you go to that country like some of like Ghana, you go to Ghana, you know, then they build your capacity. Even you don't come up from the university, you get your requirement or whatever job you go going for. But for let them make you strong and get the ability and experience. You know, you go into that youth service commission. You know, you spend years, 3-4 years, you build yourself. So in the Canada field, you expecting area who say you qualify on. You don't find anything difficult. You understand? Then the employment government they get data of every year graduate, if na engineering, if na human resource, science, other area. They get different youth service where then they absorb then graduates they are into where then they build themselves up. So anywhere government need this or private sector need this, it will be easy for transform them go over and gain the employment. But we have established the youth commission. We have established the Youth Service Commission. We have established a lot of commissions in order to empower youths in this country. But yet still, the situation will go more worse than how we expect for see. You know, we don't yield dividends in the sense. Imagine the universities and more universities are coming. We are expecting more university. Now you look at Minty Maga, you don't enroll in the university. You look at Anes by Kroma University. You look at Poloko Teachers College. They are always almost enroll into university programs there. Then Kono University is on the way. You understand? Bonubu Teachers College, they are about to revitalize that Poly and gain university status. We are establishing institutions, but we need to make provisions. We need to make a way, an opportunity for those graduates. They don't spend years for those universities and more than education. They expect to when they come, then go come on, then go get this opportunity. Now,
so since we talk about newspapers and when they talk about the different issues, I will go back to one like 4 or 5 years ago. This Unity newspaper published a story say this government intend for provide 2 million jobs for people. As a journalist.
Wow. This 2 million job?
Yes.
In the civil service or in the civil service?
Well,
this.
I
not going to talk for this because it's a political newspaper. It serve as a propaganda, platform, for inform the public on the interest of the political party, where then they give loyalty to. You understand? If you go to the independent newspaper, or you go to the independent point of view, it's not easy. Go to America. This current president will take over, Joe Biden. Let me ask. Yeah, how many employment since you don't do in 5 years almost in 4 years? How many people you don't employ? You understand? You go to a developing country for employ 2 million people. Not to kalo talk that. Not to easy process that. It involve a lot of investment coming to the country. And if you look at the investment platform of the country, the mining sector. The mining sector, they need give direct employment to people, graduates or whosoever, respective area where you don't qualify on. What do they do? Then get subcontract companies they wouldn't carry it. Because they're not going to cater. So this is a problem. Government is going to contract with them companies there, and the local content policy really enough the provisions inside the local content policy when they sign agreement with them company, they are not really enough for sustain employment in this country. Take a look at the mining companies we don't establish quite recently. We don't start, operations.
So we can't talk about the mining company and they, because something they really they about the mining company and the government. But we can't talk about that just now. I'll bring you inside quickly. The issue of job creation. The issue of graduates. More graduates and every year you get more graduates, more enrollment, more graduates. But according to the paper, you get less job for able for take then graduates here so they come in the country.
Thank you very much. To start with, I've been get one born in issue where I be really one for my own. But I think after this issue, we can bring down that now the arrest and detention of Zainab Sheriff.
Yes, we come with that. Yeah.
Yes, because then they I be really think like we can get them as a first issue because it really they affect we all. So now on the issue of unemployment, nobody like say they fake the figures. We on board I must even say if they don't give man the hope, we go know because we all know we safe. You understand? If really job day, we all know we safe. We know that they know that we do clean. Now work when they go work, or how do clean, they go stroll, or how do clean, they go drag. So the issue of employment, on with the bio regime, there is nothing to write home about. There is nothing to write home about. We get for the sincere assassin things, they always say, let's just go straight to the point. And one of the major things then we don't affect we they claim saying that the Russia and Ukraine war. Because it look like say the Russia and Ukraine war, it don't come on a pass the one, it don't want to win a salon pass the one that will get the war. Then there's an idea say Russia plus Ukraine equals salon economy. Now, if you get people where they study in various discipline, you get for able for shape with markets for meet then demand. We they use the 6334 system. Government come and shout, we call it education, and now let's go back to 6334, let's pull the 1 year. You really they implement 6334. When you go to countries like Ghana and Nigeria, we really they work with the 6334. That tech work aspect very, very much effective. It's very, very much effective. So now that tech work aspect not to keep people away from university. They give people the opportunity for go use 3 years for do diploma or certificate, so then for don't do for 2 years, but 3 years simply because they're not complete the high school. So after that, as long as you get good grade, then you can still admit you in a college or university for go do their skills training. And during the process, and then they teach people entrepreneurship. So if the 6334 education don't really get quality, it reflects all of this or reflect into the economy. So you go don't get people that don't go learn skill where they can't employ themselves. You go don't go get people that don't begin to do business right somewhere in a college because they may not get skill at that tech work level. So you don't begin for address unemployment right from the learning stage. A country like we own, a government are the highest employer. The business atmosphere not nice, not good. The economy bad, dollar business na problem. People are not employing, people are not recruiting. So if you anything where you want for capitalize on, again for reflect on the people. You want for capitalize on education, and now we get education where if we begin be meaningful to we as people and reflect on the economy right from the early stage. That's not at least the stage of college. So you don't forget people that were able to do small things then. Make chairs them when they able to do decently and properly and sell, do other things them. Something and all they buy. Look, Nigeria, bulk of the soap they now people in they use for say them was bulk of the Africana and this and that. Nigeria man, they hardly go buy wedding dress out of the country because they don't teach them how to do professional wedding gown, do events management. So all of these now skill where they part of the 6334 system where the government they shout and talk about. So if education has really been working, if I don't be reflexive to the economy, because then I waiting the 6334
So the question I will ask you as a follow-up, now in the time where if I can remember the time where with the 6334 introduce fine one, the majority they call this tech voc schools then. Yeah. So how many of them are you able to? All man don't talk SS. Because at first when we get SS, you go SS, then you go tech voc. Yeah, but now the tech voc all long convert to SS.
All long convert. And You been get a grade A schools that we get tech vote, grade B schools that we get in tech vote. You get the Prince of Wales grade A school and we get in tech vote department. But government technical and we get in tech vote department. Other schools, Miss Crew I go guys high school, not to tech vote departments I say, but we get a particular stream when I home economics department. It was not tech vote per se. It was like not category, but it was
So,
like the stream
how we go get a tech vote? How we go get a tech vote where they don't get any tools? Because
well,
look, for example,
in fact,
even the university where they talk about
now,
you go find out the one all
engineering institutes where they set up purely out.
The one all engineering department will get University of Salone and not get enough tools there for the student able for practice waiting for practice.
They're
so
not
man
no
go na engineering, pass
no
the
practical department or whatever. Yes, and that make a lot of people when they go learn certain things that when they reach a college and go study, say just go get the paper, then can they about other things. Now they happen. So now that is one of the major problems they affect the job markets, it affects unemployment. Because something like this way get boku young people now them space then they in this age and days of technology, now them space then they see a lot of people are self-employed. Because now the age of technology, so if you already get technical vocational rating, they work effectively, people and they can't employ themselves. You get a particular amount of people where, let me say, every graduate, at least 30% of the graduates will get for being self-employed because they don't get centered work skills.
The middle
but it's not
power.
working.
And
middleman power, and there is a gap in the middleman power. They don't create this scenario that everybody for go get degree for can survive in society, and all man they get all kind of degree under the mango tree, under the plum tree, any kind of degree they come. Once you just get paper, nobody switches on side, you go and come. It not they say no they nothing. Nobody don't understand what's somebody paper. They will all have quality education.
2 minutes. What you feel say could be the solution for job creation? You know, in the country. I'll start with you, Isaac.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, government need for follow the statistics of university graduates every year when they come out from university. Forget that data. Government forget that data. Then government for improve the establishment of this youth service, commission or whatever, youth service, capacity building. Government need for improve them. We don't get one youth service, commission or whatever. Government need to establish each district where universities they established. They need to get youth service training center. All over. You go Makeni, Unimac, they forget youth service training center. You go Bo Jala, they forget youth service. When you come up from university, directly you enroll into youth service training center. Briton, we forget Amtech, Fabi College, this one, how they call us, IPAM. Minty Magai. They need to establish those youth, training center. Then the data of every year when you tell the graduates from university, government need to get them. Like the Ministry of Education need to provide this to government. Then now out of the government will cater after you don't serve youth service. Now out of the area of qualification, out of the government for educator, say look, absorb this person is from this engineering section. Look out at the engineering institution. Look, take this from this. But we need to set the pace. Honestly, we don't get pace. We don't set the pace as a country. We don't get foundation. We need to set this foundation. Because if we're not able to set this foundation, time get for come, people get for going into private business. Like you come out, you get a master's degree or you get a first degree. You end up for being a driver. You end up for being a tailor. You end up for a carpenter because the provision are not there. The opportunities, they're not government not able to set the pace for we. Build the foundation for we. Take an example now. Look at the law school. Every year, students they graduate from the law school department. There's no enough platform for them. For example, lawyer then they come on. Where they go to police station, they ask case they are what he come back. Na case he get. If you go all about, then every year the number of graduates then from the law school, today it be restrict. There was serious restriction. You come on, you go privilege, they see your assessment. If you don't prove well, then they return you back. Only you build yourself up. That will give space. One who don't come on, who don't already go into the field, only they will absorb and settle down. But now if you go to court, you go see lawyer them. He says they go say what thing go on at this country.
So
No job.
you try
Lawyers
to
are
focus on this
graduating
youth
every
service thing. Also, then go able for get
Exactly.
apprenticeship, like for develop them.
Exactly for
Alright.
building the capacity of.
So and let the two angle one at the comot. You they focus on apprenticeship, while Martha they focus on this, tech work. Martha, what think will be the solution to this unemployment?
I agree with Sam on the point of apprenticeship. A lot of people when they graduate, they don't want to learn. Say where you don't get degree, where can you get for can learn the job? Even presently in journalism, me and you know where we start. We go learn newsroom, how for write news, we take it to them, how for do package, how for write scripts, for do package, how for write scripts for present program, how for work as a producer, a reporter. So we learn all of these skills. But now you just get people away calm, then they just want cancer on celebrity. So we said we just sit down, look at them. Not so no one land there waiting and don't learn. We get people away learn, we really. So I agree up with them. The apprenticeship area again for be very, very effective. That is one of the things the way they contribute to quality education. You out to say, me I get a degree in this, but you know it's super. You get for do apprenticeship for leather only manifest. Number one. But most importantly for me, I think we never stop for fake the education quality and standard. If we say we are going for 63-4, how Ghana they implement the way make it help them? How Nigeria they implement the make it help them? Not so just for the governments, the minister they talking and the government. We get the best class now, but people they pass on that regime. People they pay and they spend 1 year extra anymore. No, government they shout about it. All day, all late. Not so that one they talk about. How the education they reflect on the lives and the economy, on the lives of people and the economy. So we therefore make sure say it be thorough. If you don't go take 63 for let work thoroughly. Where ultimately former president they implement say 64 because according to the recommendation, it asks governments for either increase the time we begin to spend at school for add one more academic year or then build more classrooms and recruit more teachers. So government don't get the money by them for build more classrooms and recruit more teachers. So now make them go for the other option. But you don't build more classrooms, you don't recruit more teachers where they talk about say you don't make people spend 1 more year. The quality of education there is a question. So all of these they are the issues. It's very, very serious.
Okay. So until we reach to that point, say we will still get challenged with regards to the educational system and the employment rates. The program now could rest on YouTube and on Facebook, and we did on live on Weird. So with the move, this one, I don't see any of the papers them carry but I think a worth follow we talk about and this now I see like they're very close to your heart, Martha, and that is why I basically start with you. What's now the latest way you know about the issue of Zainab Sharif?
Thank you very much. One newspaper we cover I'm not spectator. I think that they no more do one front speech.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Publish I publish today.
Okay.
I carry am in front page.
I not see you paper.
I not see
Now we are
but I
don't
see
forward them to you.
Okay, you can still forward. I pull you off. Lay forward and quickly to me. Yes, okay. Martha, go ahead.
Okay.
Spectator do one front page. It's very much specific. Says Zainab Sharif arrest on orders from the above after criticizing president and his wife. Now, what thing I want for let people understand here is a lot of people as they talk and journalists they don't bribe them. Well, see now nobody they talk. They all na brown envelope, they all letting the government in pockets. Now this, now that. As far as I know, and as far as I'm concerned, there is no time where cash not don't flow within the media compared to the time of APC. As far as I know, as a media practitioner, I practice full time during President Kuruma time. Cash really flow. Now the media advertisements, a lot of people open in paper, some man do personal PR for ministers, some ministers and fan all kind of way for do their own PR paid for it. Some man them pay for them, go overseas, buy tickets for them. Some man gets opportunity. So whether you be the opposition, the opposition, they criticize government, criticize government who cash really flow, and the government being forced to get relationship at all costs with the media. Despite you go criticize. I remember where we do prayer in a Sky Radio. Where we can blast Mohamed Bangura, me get the name Mohamed Michael Jackson Bangura. We can blast everything. You see Mohamed Bangura go call you back. Kusha, you don't talk. It's what I tell you I do. So he go tell me I do, even where I no call her as minister. But presently, a lot of people are not take notice. We make a lot of some of we keep quiet because some of we get issues then for talk about way. It's so burning that when if we talk about we personal experiences, it become a national debate and it will be very, very much controversial for this country. But here is the reason. Now you see somebody go there and go no more than go shoot them. You see the mysterious accidents the way they be, people and they get accidents. You see food poisoning, you see this, you see that, all get for do with waiting people in the do towards public life. If I'm not safe, I'm not safe. Only God knows what's going to happen to Zainab Sharif by the time they come on detention. Yes, Zainab Sharif make a video. As far as I'm concerned, not in your personal view. And me, I've been already forget about waiting Zainab Sharif talk safe. I've been already like now you were just passing, we don't pass, we don't jump. Not until they arrest them. Personally, I not believe. I not get time for certain Zainab say, but I not believe say there is any reason. Listen, watching content, I not believe say there is any reason for arrest Zainab. We call President Omar
we don't
Adebayo.
actually see the charges yet, but I bet you, I will tell you, say some of the charges that we get for CAM basically get for those incitement, cyberbullying, and and all, because we see how this government they use the cyber law for able for manipulate.
The cyber law is replacement of the defamation law. No, people are not me know. Now replacement at the digital aspects of the law that one, and I never bring for people there. So people don't for understand. So now people for know why some of you just sit down, not all like they will blast us, Adebayo, this, that, to talk. No, if you are not arrested, food poisoning is there, mysterious accidents is there. You life there under threat. Some of we get a lot of things to say, but because I want my safety. I know I know what I want and all of that. We know how society operates now, so you consider all of that. For me, not see aid and not see trade. Then for just forget about Zainab, I see people let me not begin forget about Zainab. All man go about in business. But I think going back to Zainab, it don't warrant a lot. Yesterday, I go do an interview with Amnesty, and then bring come up that issue. If you go back on the page now, you see the video they I post them around 8-9 o'clock na net. And up till this morning, there are several views. You see blasting back and forth, and all of that. So I post that video then net with Amnesty, they say, then for release Zainab. If you get any crime for her or whatever, just make your charges, give her bail, and it will continue for her 10. Besides, this now the very same police where writes the judiciary say, at an election time like this, they don't get time for political prisoners. They don't get security for provide for political prisoners or whatever. So they know they encourage the judiciary for involving to any kind waiting matter. For goodness sake, then says Zainab call the president name, he call the first lady name. Now whose name then they will not call Anesco Maba. Not so how will they call and say Adebayo. Publicly, the man not say Adebayo, who they call Adebayo, for goodness sake. Now, so you see this country, we don't move from the state then. But we meet, we don't move from all the things the way they happen. Some of we not been born in the 60s, 70s, now late 80s, some of we born. Me born in late 80s. So when they talk there, so it just make her reflect on what thing they happen in the 60s and 70s. And would I really do them? Now would I mean they see they do them? Some of them issues there, so we don't pass them state then. As far as are concerned, you will get serious thing for address, so just don't forget about Zainab. Let Zainab go about in business. We get all our crisis, the country tranga right now, flour no day for it. That one day we bread and butter not paramount to Zainab. We bread and butter paramount more than Zainab opinion about him President Biu. So this is our versus the president, and we get for push on next year say the hypocrisy around the whole thing so much. Some people be not, hey, ma'am, we know certain people, you see how then they twist around and then go criticize today, then go support today around Zainab Sharif issue. Then you see some man, they play game, people away very close to power, they come publicly and they lie. Lie for say Zainab not in a CID.
Yes,
When
and,
Zainab in a CID, then
let me
still
just take
detain am.
responsibility for this. Amongst the people and where we see post, now Sylvia Blythe and we basically say,
That na
in
lie be
fact,
the
he
lie.
creates the problem now. Say Zainab not there CID or correctional center. But
I
guess
wonder,
what?
I'm not
After
saying that's
when
what Sylvia do, but I dey wonder if Sylvia not the one the way hack Zainab
so
in
that's
phone
not
for post say
exactly what
another
I want to
CID I
say.
didn't out. Yeah,
Because
you know,
the
by
thing
the
where
time they say
exactly
think
Sylvia
Zainab don't
talk
kind
now
of
the same thing then as Zainab in page.
yes. You know, watch the timing between the time where Sylvia they talk now, the time where Zainab in page they say Zainab is at home, in Zainab my neighbor. So I wonder if not when they use. You see some of these things, we go, yeah, we afraid for we life, but like we able to say certain things then for tomorrow. Honestly, me, I afraid for my life. I mean, not to all they talk, not to all they go pan, not to also they mix. Because 10 chances to one, if person not can shoot you, not can bang you food poison there and all of them thing and day. But the reality is, these people are some of the problem in our society, and society they identify them now. So for the young good, some of them thing and all they do, they need for no say in all right and in all safe for them. It's very, very much clear that now in a part of this whole arresting and this whole business, you see the women organization, they all keep quiet. Everybody shuts up. It I mean today, everybody now. So now we don't even know clearly say who that civil society people in for. We don't know now that in for. So they book quickly and don't pull press release people and don't say this, they don't come up boop, boop, boop. Now then they say Zainab not gonna help us say this, Zainab like Zainab na foreigner. Who that is power na way you get for no say, they get for throw a lot of things at you. They get for throw a lot of things at you. And now we then make the land, we will criticize the then governments and make the land so much from the former presidents. There were a lot of criticism about Ebola money, how the auditor they pull things them about time, but you can't sack the auditor, take and go court, they expect defense or go open case where as far as you concern, you will scare person on a court side open case. All kind of mysterious things, eh?
So
Some things and they are unimaginable.
Let me come quickly to Isaac. Isaac, this you now the person we published this particular story in a Spectator newspaper, right? You say Zainab Sharif arrests on others from above after criticism after criticizing the president and his wife. Basically, what you catch up? What's in the ingredients? What's in there behind this particular publication? You know, we know say yes, Zainab still in a detention and all of them things in there, but what's in exactly you got?
We look at very critical two key points them. We catching me more in the whole saga about Zainab Sharif and the president and first lady. We don't see now this country like nothing matter, Madam Matter the highlight on, just been the highlight on in respect of former President Kuma. You know, a good number of media outlets, both print and electronics, moreover the print, you know, been become very hard on them. The same way it been the in a second term and final, you know, term in governance. You know, looking at the issue of the Ebola, looking at the issue of even some media institutions, they look at President Kuma say not a serious, you know, mindful president for this country. You know, will move to any stage. And criticism, I believe, say you as a president or the first gentleman, you for able to succumb to criticism because you people in the government in any shape or condition, you are governing your people. And if you not say you are doing the right thing, I believe say if the people in the government then criticize you in certain form of truth, I believe say you for prove the criticism wrong, say this is not the right thing, you know, presenting the way, or your government go presenting to the citizens, we go convince say yes, really Zainab Sharif, this criticism where they criticize the president and the first lady, it don't merit any value. But if this don't happen, you don't give Zainab Sharif more, you know, the limelight. You know, you don't open more, you know, popularity and fame to Zainab.
Okay, so when you get connection issue and
It
don't come.
Okay, moreover, make you look at and say, as we approach, what me look at, analyze at them, as we approach with general elections, you know, President BOC say the criticism from Zainab Sharif, it will hamper in progress in these forthcoming elections. Because, mind you, Zainab Sharif, not only an icon as Sierra Leone, an icon in Africa and the world at large. And if such person don't begin criticize and cry your government down, I believe say you look at another way, say this way Zainab Sharif don't begin point. It might be say this nine opening eye to other celebrity or other people when are very much important people in our society in terms of entertainment, in terms of human rights issue or other area. We don't begin so I need to put a full stop on this. And the actions of the police, and I believe say the police they not only take this action, then take the action based on directive we then get from the power from above. They not take on this because not a police they insult, not a police they criticize. You understand? Not to no other person they criticize than the president. And you being the president, you are able succumb to criticism. It not be an issue. Go to America, go to other countries like Nigeria, Ghana.
This government they accept criticism.
President
This government they accept
that. Then
criticism.
believe say they stand for do the right thing and address the needs of the people. Because if they address the need of the people and what he canvas for let them give you the 5 year, if you don't address them, you showcase to we. National card for you for showcase to citizens them for prove and say yes, indeed I don't succeed. I don't do this inside me 5 year, me first time. When I give me another trump card for go into my final, 5 year again. But if this they happen, it show signal or sign to the presidency. See, earlier than the way there are a lot of lapses. Because if you don't, because he do a talk, president do a talk quite recently. He say he don't done. In manifesto, already he promised Ukrainians that he don't do them. Now, Abonya they give it. A situation like that, I believe say the president for the, prove Zainab Sharif wrong, or the people behind the presidency, they for not prove Zainab Sharif wrong by pinpointing at each thing them when are of national, interest, when are of national benefit, where the president don't do inside this in 5 years.
Okay.
But arresting Zainab
I've been
Sharif,
listening
now the
one
wrong.
time to Zainab Hawa Bangura,
Yeah.
we basically be the try for tell me about some of the things them we be don't see cause the war. Now them basically we dey see right now in our society. This word where Zainab Hawa Bangura talk with waiting Zainab Sharif talk, nothing no different. The only thing we different are that under this particular president, we don't see a lot of people that don't lost their life. Under this particular president, we don't see say like it's supposed to be a blessing, but not like a cost in administration. All of them things that the difference down there. But let's look this paper quickly. Because it still get to do with the issue of this the security business, because all of this boil down to waiting people get for talk. Focus 24/7 say alarm bells are ringing again. What is government doing? So basically, waiting this is the try for talk about. There's another call for April 27 for Lady and go do a protest. So let's go quickly and watch this Independent Observer newspaper. We get another story. We say security sector on threatening social media posts and messages. Like we see the police, the ONS, and the military, they all come together and all meeting, side and send strong word. The only thing where the ONS post not talk, not call the opposition, but all of what he talk is just like waiting President Bill been talk one time where they point finger at the opposition, call them terrorists. Now that the ONS basically been they do. So if we get a situation like that, people are not able to express themselves. People are want for and come out and say no. People want for thought and say no, or then they tag or blame one set of people in the society. What do you feel say this mean for his stability?
Yeah, the president himself, if you don't look at national cohesion, he called a conference that been to money. If you remember his arguments 2 years back or a year back, where he called for a national cohesion, inclusion, a government of inclusion, inclusiveness. That all spell out. These are people into the internal moving normal. Giving appointment to Alpha Khan, appointing another minister from the man in prison, in running mate. Giving appointment to them, two people there. And no go solve. Yeah, Kamarimba in running mate, a female. And no go solve that problem. The problem lies between government for taking responsibility as a government, for engage citizens, for dialogue with citizens, for know who side this problem, they find solution. How become the solution for solve this problem? You understand? If you are in governance, you don't need they don't criticize you. It's like you not stand, for defend the people or for rule the people will bring you into governance. You will accept criticism, you will succumb to criticism in what form or in whatever shape. The only thing we media against, you understand? Anything will go pose threat to the national security of we, Sierra Leone, media against that. And anybody where they threaten the lives of companies, in border fellow citizens, are they against that? Are they criticize that? Are they condemn them 100%? But in the area of criticism, in the area of pulling down, government, whether government don't achieve A and B, but the people are not satisfied with them thing they are. I believe say government will stand tall for engage, the people. Create a platform. And Eskroma will be in power. I can recall 1 year we been in a power. I can recall that time. It match foot. It's gonna SLBP the headquarter. You go there. You go get dialogue with the engagement with them. You engage them. What's in the issue? What's in the burning issue? What's in the challenge? Then get that dialogue. Then discuss. In fact, Anes Kuma, when in a power, even the chief minister, my close associate to Anes Kuma, close friend, JOB. These are all. Even the Samabanya, these are close friends. They get good relations. And I can drive no more, go fend a park. He say, I can't fend you. President for be a somebody where he always, near, even the opposition, you don't keep far from them. And it's command that quality. He always they close to the oppositions. And anything where the opposition they plan for raise against in government, it is a fair way for dialogue with them.
Okay. Masala bring inside why the network the scramble now. The issue of the security. Okay, sorry. Masala bring inside the issue of the security and the threatening on social media and that of how Isaac basically talk about engagement. We hear one thing interreligious council talk about engagement. We hear the August 10 government report, special investigation report, they talk about engagement. We hear the deputy minister on the very day where this August 10 issue come up, they talk about engagement, so we miss things them. What do you think say we for do for settle all them things there? Is it that desperation or then get way out and wait for settle listing?
So start with the people, the bulk of the people where they say engagements, then say self get problem. You see and they take clear partisan position. So for that, you even see anybody who President Bio appoints for say and say this person not to accept or this person objective or neutral, it's not to almost impossible for them. See anybody who President Bio appoints, you say as a neutral or objective person. No, because in their work, they always speak the language of the president. Number one. And number two, then they do one dangerous thing where they don't know or they know deliberate, they make them don't know, and people don't know they tell them. The thing what they do is then they create an image like for they look like say this country now just for President BOA and people them, including David they appoint. We were not mixed and support government or opposition people there. We all not get stake by this country or we all not to citizens, we're not foreigner there. So that image they create them. And when they talk about security threats, then for no say then set action and statements na security threats. Because if you look at the opposition, always you pointing at the opposition, then you grab back, you go say the dialogue, it not makes sense. It not makes sense. Talk about what's in the real problem and why we need dialogue. But you don't care, you don't blame somebody. Where you don't blame the person on they say dialogue. Why I forgot dialogue with somebody where them be listening and get the whole problem. I just need for deal with you. But who say they call for dialogue? Where I get this person in, why I put this person in your fault? And they put the other person in your fault. Then there is a need for dialogue. But you say the government is so perfect, the government is so right, the opposition is so wrong, but you call for dialogue. It don't make sense. No. So the ONS, then they take it. They not help the president. Even that report say there is nothing strange. How now they go do reports when I get certain sound and blame the opposition, a point finger the way each certain side say not conclusive and I need further investigation. So that means say the entire report now shams. Shame to Emmanuel Safar Abdullahi. And shame to if I see him, I will tell him that before in face. I know that now the same thing people pointing about what he do and Kamarimba in case because understand say some people in color and put them down because it really makes significant progress and step for let the man get fear try later it twist in attitude. It be reach to a point people they get for pointing up and away get for come out to say not turning back by clients where they be putting a paper. But some we be reliably informed by certain people and that the people in color put and don't say you they go fetch for post you in opposition against your own people then. So some of the things that way some of them they do, we're not able to hide ourselves in this country. This country too small.
So if that be the case, I will jump.
We're not able to hide. So what's this whole social media threat, me, I not even understand. I posting there about the business. Me, do clear. You don't have feel for sit on meals, I sit on meals. Holiday, I'm not getting no side for go, I'm not getting money for go enjoy. I sit on me us. So what's in this thing?
So this maker come with the next paper when at the New Age say Babati, Deputy Internal Affairs Minister, disregard President Bill's Special Investigation Committee. If you listen to Safar Abdullahi when they on AYV television, they say him and Lailo and Slima then get a forum side and can talk. So you don't tell Lailo and Slima say it's not about the personality but about the issue around them. So basically these are the things that we see. And a lot of questioning there around the credibility of this report. So if even the same thing where Lailo and Slima they cry about say they not reach out to them, now the same thing other people and they say they not reach out to them. So what's the thing about this report, Isaac?
Lima, I know say that's a thing. I'm making all time. Lima, no say that's what it is. All said and done. You grab the point finger and say the opposition be close to the protesters. You be going to ask the opposition, you be ask them question. If as individually are related to somebody with the arrest, despite me profession or me waiting, I'm not gonna go for go fair lawyer for her. Lima no say not so better thing maybe, but if you say Lima no take the far, he no say not so better thing. We gotta progress.
Yeah, looking at the investigations and the investigations purely launched by the president and they appoint people and for serve in that capacity for carry out their functions. And I believe say one person will defy the president in proclamation. We find out and what will be the recommendation. And Liman, based on Safar Abdullahi interview and based on in quotation inside the recommendation, it clearly states Liman, when a government serving person, a cabinet minister for that matter, turned down the interview from them. So automatically, President Bill for not using wisdom, for move Liman aside, shift her aside, put them in the cabinet, put her aside, let them investigate him, because there was a time during that day, August 10, me 7 days on the street, but I'm not going to the central part or West Ham. I began at East Ham. I saw myself, Liman, and host of other military personnel, then he parade within the environment of DC, Wellington, within Calbaton. I saw myself, Liman, Asian Abraham Allen, with a host of other military personnel, And I believe, say, Liman, if you don't present himself to the commission, explain himself, for clear the doubts of the minds of we citizens, but ignoring or turning down the interview, I believe, say, President himself, if you don't use the wisdom, say, Lima has something to say to the people of Sierra Leone. If you don't exclude Liman, they investigate them. Set people they investigate Liman. I know say Liman a lead to the extrajudicial killing. Me no go, I no go judge that. But if partially because of ignoring the commission for get interview with the commission, automatically you go begin suspect say something they fishing in the heart or minds of Liman. Why Liman will turn down the interview? These are the 1 million questions when people go ask.
So
Secondly,
when I look at this technically or critically, the Pademba the issue. After that happened, we see Lima in attendance, but the minister by then will not be seen too much play role. So immediately, we see inside President Bill lay him off. But Lima, they don't ever touch him. All of the things already happened. So what about if what about if they stand at the gap of President Bill?
You know why? Mickey look at me own perspective view. Lima play vital role for ensure say then go to the Pademba Road prison side. You know, they use 1 or 2 instructions or then carry out instructions. You understand? And the minister himself at that time was Sulukwe, something like that. You know, present at the scene. I believe say the people over there around President Bio, these are people, bunch of rogues, bunch of evil people where they around the presidency. They're not they give the actual picture to the president in terms of advice, in terms of ensuring that the states, the people of this country and the states, you know, liberty of everybody, freedom of everybody, they are the liberty of the government. The picture that they present to the president, my brother, I tell you, since President Bio came into governance in 2018, you know, there was not been any good advice from the advisors, from the people that will surround the presidency.
Maybe Una gets better idea than me. I find out, say, any report or any committee where the president set up, now only if he gets interest on waiting the community they work on, now he report they come out. But if they not get interest or the thing not go favor them, no report they come out. For example, Pademba Road, we not see report. The report will come out. The one way they for investigate when at the prisons department. Now input report. I never see happen at any part of the world. When they investigate you pull report. It only happen inside Sierra Leone. The issue of McKinney will not see report. The issue of Tombo will not see report. Any side who side the issue for Ton or the case for Ton par the government or government official will play serious role, they not they come up with report. But if it get for do the opposition, or if they suspect say get for do the opposition report they come on, look inside this report of the August 10, where they say self cool. Anything we point to the opposition, then conclude and say, now they one they are the put name. But anything we point to government official, then say they need more investigation.
And I can categorically state here again, the people where they are around the presidency, they don't like this country.
And I mean, I want to disagree with you. I don't want to feel say that the people them. I feel say the president self not like himself. Because now in the instruction.
What to make a refer to
newspaper and they come on every day.
These people then they
Radio station and broadcast.
and they see the actual picture, then they see the clear picture what they happen. The problem of this country, they know this problem. And when they go report to the president, then they paint in different form. Then they present different picture to the president. And the president, now them people I rely on. And if them give different paint of pictures, they go just work on them. And wisdom, now something very much important. I not say president, you not get wisdom. But in order to expand the wisdom, like in the days of Anes Krumah, you understand? Certain things and they instead they move on, for go find out, for go cross-check. You know, rely responsibility on the people around that no more. President Bio get the authority, get the power for do something and move, take actions on your own and call people and get advice from there. But these are people there around the presidency. Look at the chief minister, JJ Safa. You know, these are people who get personal interest. They don't get interest of the country. They have only personal interest who sign at their own interest. Then seek them. When they don't their own interest, they forget about that. The issue of McKinney, you know, it go viral across the world. I believe the president therefore don't urge. You know, these are citizens of this country. They are not foreigners. They are civilians. If you don't urge set up a committee, investigate the security apparatus them, where do these actions, bring them to book, investigate them, send them tribunal, investigate them. But the issue of McKinney, it just happened and died down. And if you find out, these state guards, where President Bill gets around them, most of this problem, now they are the cause of most of them problem they are. Whenever issues or problem arise, you will see, because August 10, if you recall, when the problem begin first, the police officers then, you know, when they are around, general GT, OSD, them they calm the situation down. No, una not go so, una wait here, una not move, una stay here, now we encourage you now. But when them people reach peace that area, in a twinkle of an eye, when the state guards move, then come. Because even that time, all the people in there within that Abacha, what they say, within that Abacha, within Sabu Street, you know, the presence of military personnel might be them in there, but they not take any actions. They tell them, say, we're not stop yonder. But the coming of the state guards, you know, it trigger a lot of things then. You know, the actions.
And this report not capture them at all.
At all. Go to Pademba Road prison.
And you see they even make video na Kalbaton, but it not capture that at all.
At all. So government president Biafo no say them people here, the power, it too expose them the power to them. He exposed the authority to them too much. You know, these are state security.
All right.
I believe say them for do their work in the interest of civilians.
Okay, so
in the interest of
beg
everyone,
you before we
in
get
the interest
you know,
and order from
before we get abrupt cut, because I find out say we don't run out of battery and that. Before we get abrupt cut, I want to beg you say do will we end day for we are now. And just take the last word from Martha with regards all of them state issues there, so we don't go on. So Isaac, thank you very much for joining me, the editor for Spectator newspaper. Thank you very much. God bless you. Get yourself a good day.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thank you too.
All right. So Martha, I'll come with you inside quickly as a way of rounding up. What you want to take?
From what we don't learn and see or understand so far so good about public life, when somebody don't left power, what's in the happen is all the error they see the one obedient is also we may tell her and I'm going to take advice. We the one and these are the people who will give the advice so they take home. So the president get for no say, it gets the worse than Peters them around them. Then we get for really deny some of the actions. And I think will be held responsible. Will not mean say by trial or waiting, but morally and in conscience, he sleep day and night. He left power at any given time. Now, in people and we get for say, now the man is serving this, now the man is serving that. While they want to
I've been listening to a particular video from the First Lady. He say he can discuss with the president on several issues, and he said the reason why he discuss with her now for tomorrow Bambai, where something will happen, he will get for tell and say, Mr. President, didn't I tell you?
So now that if people already discuss with you, you get to be mindful of what they discuss with you, how much of a public interest issue. Now can't see the and they tell you what you like. No, do amo. They deal with them. No, take them. No bulldoze, don't make that.
And then you always call them. Then get several things where they can use for trigger them. You know, basically, they will tell and say, they act like lion. Then will tell and say, put on a military uniform again, and all of them things in there. And interestingly, as your social media and propaganda machine take them, you see act on that one day.
You got now because of the people there, now because of incest. I mean, at some stage, we all go and we for know how we as Sierra can behave. When they near you, as you appointees them, or as people away then you junior or you superior, we know how they can behave. Then go come with a genuine face, a genuine emotion, but the heart's not can be genuine. And they go get for tell them. But again, radio station and you get for fan in time for listening. In the morning, in the drive car walk, you can listen. Or in the drive and car walk, you can listen. Let it spare at least 30 minutes of your time. Review newspapers. All the newspapers are very come out. You forget to nine days.
So I sure say listen, because remember the last time on 98.1 when they go interview.
They see some no, they get some paper they know girl.
Where
I know some people
interview
not
on
the president say full
98.1.
time.
It be as well a challenge them say now this is not like about them because they can just scout any other thing. So they listen and they read.
Okay, so that means they know they accept it in the newspaper and say.
No.
So you get for no say then go. There are some criticism that are genuine. There are some criticism they're not genuine, but not real issues that I don't go for understand. Some people then go criticize you, not so just because of you do wrong, but they not support you. So then see side forget at you. That are your weak point. So how you can use them one day for developing stuff for that. That one day is really important for them. So if you just take and say, then just they criticize me, no, they just they criticize. Now because then see points for criticize you. But how you self can accept that and see and wait for move forward. You know, I self can accept that for see way for move forward. A guy for no say, when you be president, not for the tell when you be president, na the end of it all for you. You get for left power and you want for stay. I don't know for a move, but I think the best is you stay back now your country. So if you stay back now your country, you do your thing, and they tell you really know the work what you don't do, and what people think about you, how much people come into you. You understand? How much people come into you, how much relevance they see. They one day when they support you. I know say bulk of the people the way the first president come right now, and then minister the way in power. So is he learning from all of that? Say me minister and just they can't tell me this tomorrow, then go stand by me. Then go stand by me. So this country, the way how we day, I mean, people are working for governments, especially presidential appointees, not just the president in trumpet with the sound, not so any other thing. So let we know the surprise that waiting will be done, why they investigate this side, why they not investigate this side, because not all of the presidents in interest, like you say. But we dey pray, let God help this country.
Thank you very much, Martha Kagbo, for what you joined me inside the program this morning. Martha Kagbo, of course, now the Eduman for the Agbako online platform, we in Facebook channel, we all done the develop.
So you go tell people and let them go follow the page.
Yes, of course. I don't project. I don't project and just not for them, and I don't project again as we talk. So a day up now. Okay, let's see. Yes, a day up now, and they see I'm now. I can project all one time anyway. Not all time. But one thing, one member. All right, so this now.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, Agbako, they actually grow. We don't get 7,000 likes, 7,000 follower above. So it actually they grow because Agbako they put all the effort for those things then. So the latest one I go on for legal watch Agbako na the Amnesty International the country director in interview as he make mention of this design of chef and other issues them we get for do with security issues and human rights issues as well. So until then we will get for meet again. It's another beautiful edition of a program what we call Colres. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and get yourself a wonderful day. Thank you very much, Martha, for joining inside the program. And the producer for this show, Elias Sabah, we actually in the produce this show. So I'm for telling plenty thank you and to guess we don't left with because of we own fault now. We're Isaac Williams. Thank you very much, Isaac from Spectator newspaper. Until then, thanks to you, we don't take your time for watch. Thanks to you, we don't like. Thanks to you, we don't share. We appreciate you all. Today we love you all so much. Good night, good morning, good afternoon.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway,